Hello friends, I'm here once again to discuss leadership quality as we were discussing it earlier. I have discussed some of the qualities. I'm sure that you must have received it with meaning and with with proper understanding that how to develop your career to be a leader in your organization. Well, there are more. Let us discuss again to understand the leadership qualities more. So, as I was saying, about self assurance, well, you need a healthy level of self assurance that gives you a practical, sometimes impractical sense of faith in your cause that drives you forward with no excuses, roadblocks, or negativity holding you back. So, it is self assurance, no doubt, but it is confidence also. With confidence and self assurance only, you can move ahead in your life to achieve something substantial. Contrary to popular belief, age is not a measure of maturity. Yes, maturity can be there at any age. I have worked with young leaders who act like men and old men who act like teenagers. Very true. Maturity comes from being courteous, knowing how to communicate like an adult, and being the bigger person in difficult situations. Also, your confidence in yourself and your ability to follow through without excuses are strong indicators of maturity. So, see, maturity has nothing to do with the age, at any age, but then it is very important to become a leader. Actions speak louder than words. You must have heard this sentence several times, 1,000 times. But every time it comes up with great meaning. The people around you will notice if you are dedicated and working hard to grow your business. But if you are lazy and don't care, your team will note and follow suit. Great leaders always lead by example. Example is not the main thing in influencing others. It is the only thing. It's all about who you know. Smart leaders know that there is a lot of truth to that saying. It is all about who you know. That is relationship building. Leaders understand the value of building long-lasting relationship with people in their industry and make a point to pursue partnerships whenever they can. Building a network of valuable people is critical for your long-term success. So, building relationship is equally important. It is very easy to break relationship, but maintaining the relationship is also very important. More often than not, leaders are charismatic, outgoing, friendly, and approachable. They have the ability to speak with anyone in a calm, respectful, and engaging way. Both employees and customers want to work for and purchase from people they like. You need to be one of those people if you want to succeed. So, social skills, very important. How you behave, how you take people, how you make yourself charismatic. Leaders should not have any issues with speaking in front of crowds. Well, this is the quality of public speaking or speaking skills. And as I said, communication plays a vital role, an interpersonal skill. Situations where public speaking is required can range from just speaking up at a meeting to pitching a new idea in a room full of people. Not only is this important for you to be able to get your message across clearly, but it improves your credibility as a leader. There are no more secrets today. Everything is out there on the World Wide Web. Life becomes easy because of computer. You can get anything, anytime, anywhere. Even mobile is a kind of your personal computer, PC. That's why honesty is the best policy. People respect those who are able to honestly share and react calmly to good and bad news while being able to quickly put a plan in action to move forward. We now live in a transparent world. Embrace it. One of the quickest ways to get people to dislike you is to be unreasonable. So try to be reasonable. That's why practical leaders are fair, sensible, never make unfounded assumptions, and have sound judgment when making decisions. So be reasonable. If you are not reasonable, you are not going to be respected by others. Leaders do not hesitate or appear fearful, even if they are in all respects of their life. That is to say, how to face situation, even ugly situation. They are willing to take the lead and show the way despite possible risk. The question is not who is going to let me. It is who is going to stop me. In order to give your followers the feedback, support and attention they need to be successful, you need to make a true effort to listen when they speak. Most people are waiting for their turn to speak. Great leaders listen first, speak second. See, the listening quality. And this is one of the great qualities. Listening is more than being silent. You also need to ask the right questions. True presence is just not about being the center of attention. It is about observation and seeking, giving meaningful feedback. You need to be there for your people during important situations, as well as help team members across your organization find solutions to roadblocks. Leaders stay true to things that make them unique and tirelessly move towards their goals despite outside pressures to change or conform. That is authenticity. Hard work, dedication, and long-term focus are essential to authentic leadership. When you are lesser focused on your goals, it can be difficult to focus on the needs and feelings of other people. You need to know not only how your action affects people, but what you need to do in order to show, understand, and sympathy for others. That is, the quality of empathy and compassion should be developed for being a good leader. Most people go out of their way to avoid confrontation for fear of an argument. Leaders know how to approach others in a nice, honest way to address concern. Again, empathy. Stopping a problem earlier on will save a huge amount of time, not to mention headache, versus leaving it unresolved. That is an escapist kind of attitude. You look into the matter, whatever ugly it is, but try to come up with a solution. So, a person who think himself or herself a leader should have an ability to confront others. As a leader, you need to set others up for success by entrusting them to make good decisions. That is empowerment. Empowerment is not just about giving your followers the freedom to make their own choices. It is about giving them the tools and processes to make those choices effectively and productively. So empower others, your followers. Leaders know how to get what they want and can be very convincing, which can be good and sometimes bad. They do this by tapping the desires of others and building a sense of trust with people in order to come to a desirable outcome. From setting differences to overseeing a large deal, leaders should be practical, fair, and firm in their negotiations. So, a person who claiming himself herself a leader should have a very good negotiation skills, because through negotiation skills one can establish rapport, one can persuade the members to do something, one can establish good relationship. Did you know that 71% of all online adults use Facebook? That is almost 1.2 billion people. Smart leaders know that their followers and potential followers' habits have changed. They are spending more time on social media than even before. When social media is used as a tool to engage, educate, and connect with followers, it can have powerful results and attract countless new people to your cause. See, all political leaders, they use Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp group. So, social savvy, be alert and be accustomed to the present world, present fashion. When great leaders speak, they are able to clearly relay their thoughts in a way that is easy to understand. That is clarity. Then they make sure there are no miscommunications and that their points got across clearly. This ensures projects and tasks that are delegated get done the right way and without mistakes. Leaders need to be able to share the methodologies and processes that make their business run with the people they work with and hire. That is to preserve people, and also ability to teach. If your managers are poorly trained, your staff will be poorly trained, and it will reflect in your sales and operations. Remember, the best way to learn something yourself is to teach it. And while teaching to others, you will also learn a lot. In the same way, great leaders are able to teach. They also value learning. That is, interested in feedback, the outcome. That involves being open to honest feedback and the ability to have a positive attitude about that feedback and use it to make adjustments and benefit everyone. See, good feedback, bad feedback. But a good leader is one who is ready to get the bad feedback also. Win, but when you lose something, you should have courage to accept it, to rectify it, to move on. This can be difficult, but your trust in your team largely depends on the people you hire. your ability to train them, and the work you delegate to them. That is trust in your team. If you believe in their ability to do those things, you need to trust your team to get the result you want and not micromanage every project. So, developing trust is a kind of bond. And if you have bond, close bond, naturally you will get success in your endeavor. Now, let us face it, it is difficult to love every part of your work no matter what you do. But great leaders have the ability to inspire their team and make sure they know what they are doing has a bigger impact than they realize. That is, ability to inspire, to motivate others every moment. Well, Nike is about celebrating athletics, not a sneaker. Apple is about changing the world, not computers. What are you about? Leadership is the art of getting someone else to do something you want done because he wants to do it. When delegating work, leaders know their team and their strength inside and out. They use that knowledge to decide who gets assigned which projects, tasks, so that everything gets completed the right way. That is ID team strength. Sharing your vision with your team. This is very important for a leader. There are a lot of people out there who think they have the next great idea. Sadly, as great as those ideas might be, they will never go anywhere if no one else knows about it. Leaders have the ability to share their vision and get people to buy into their ideas. Means you should be bold enough to share your vision. If you keep your vision inside your mind, how come? You may move other or to inspire other. Sharing vision is very important. And turning vision into reality is equally important. Not only can leaders share their vision, they have the ability to break that vision down into steps and a strategy that can be understood by others and execute over time. By understanding what people really want, you can help them better perform by properly incentivizing. Incentive is very important, not only with money, their work and progress towards larger goal. So, get the best from others. To get the best from others, a leader needs to understand their motivations, be positive, generous, open-minded, and be able to control their attitude. If you want to build a ship, don't drum up the men to gather wood, divide the work and give orders. Instead, teach them to yearn for the vast and endless sea. See, I mean, this is the attitude of a leader. Try to understand people, that what motivates them. For better or worse, human beings tend to care mostly about themselves and are motivated by selfish altruism. Simply put, you need to figure out what people want for themselves. Notoriety, money, recognition. Understand that will be different for everyone. Take responsibility. A leader should have a broad shoulder. In the same way, leaders can quick to give their team credit, they are also quick to take responsibility for negative outcome. Great leaders know that when they accept responsibility for their actions, they can positively affect the outcome. A good leader is a person who takes a little more than his share of the blame and a little less than his share of the credit. Spoken by John Maxwell. Very true. I mean, a leader good leader require to sacrifice something, to get something back which is good. People often seek recognition from people they follow. That is why it is important to reward your team members for their input, especially when they go above and beyond. Monetary rewards are nice, but thoughtful, personal reward can be more impactful. Good words, certification, some kind of incentive. So, rewarding is a kind of, energy tablet to the employee, and if a leader knows this, well, his or her organization runs like anything. Great leaders are able to carefully and quickly analyze a situation or a person. Being decisive doesn't mean making a decision quickly. It means making the right decisions in a practical, timely manner. Don't allow your decisiveness to alienate team members from the decision-making process. So, evaluative attitude is also important, but not in a negative manner, in a positive manner. Conduct effective meetings. In the present scenario, even I have seen meetings and meetings and meetings, hours and hours. What are the outcomes? Sadly, most meetings are never as productive as they could be. After all, if you are an entrepreneur, you usually get to work with people that you like, which can be distracting. Effective leadership is about using meeting time as effectively as possible. Start by having an agenda, eliminate distraction, have a start, end time, no exceptions, encourage everyone to contribute, encourage note taking, and follow up after the meeting. It is useless if you kill the time. If it is necessary, convene a meeting, but with a powerful agenda, meaningful agenda. When you show respect towards other people, it is much easier to build meaningful, beneficial relationships. You need to keep your promises. Don't waste their time. Stop gossiping. Believe in others' idea. Stand up for them and truly care about their well-being. That is respect for others, very essential quality. It is one thing to identify, means coaching key people, try to find out the good person, talented person and coach them. It is one thing to identify your top performing employees, but you also need to nurture their success and help them grow within your organization. In order for you to successfully lead a growing number of people, you need to enable your key people to lead as well and help push progress forward. So, coaching means supporting genuine people in an organization or in your team is also the quality of a leader or a leader kind of person. Leaders must be close enough to relate to others, but far enough ahead to motivate them. Well, a leader always enables others to act. Unless there are strict guideline, regulations or safety concern, if you don't allow your followers to make their own decisions, they likely will find reasons to disagree with yours. You can enable others to act by giving them the tools and processes they need to succeed. Trust them to handle. People don't like to be surprised. That is why it is important to lay out and agree to the expectations in place so everyone is on the same page from day one. To make sure expectations are crystal clear, start by providing a structure, clarifying roles, set motivating goals and continuously give, ask for. That is setting expectations. Some traits are more important than others. When it comes to leadership, the ability to judge situations and people with fairness is essential because it shows them how you value them. There are many examples in history of leaders who took advantage of people they were leading. Things hardly ever worked out in their favor, and it happens even in multinational company. Boss generally exploit their subordinate. The leaders who are fair to people are the ones who are loved and remembered. And this is how, being fair, they earn respect. The competition doesn't wait, and there will always be someone outwork you. Leaders understand that in most situations it is about who gets there first, which is why they value of both persistence and urgency. So knowing urgency is also very important quality whenever we talk of leadership. Decisiveness. Being decisive is not just about making decisions quickly, it is about fostering a confident and effective way of thinking, deciding and acting. In order to make the best decision possible, understand and assess each option carefully while approaching the right people and resources to help you make your decision. Don't let indecisions paralyze you. Every overnight success you have heard about likely has another side to the story. The long hours, bootstrapping and testing many iterations before finding the right combination. Leaders need to appreciate the process as much as the outcome and stay committed to their vision through thick and thin. Like professional quarterbacks, great leaders follow strict routines to keep their skills sharp and their delivery consistent. Remember that practice makes perfect, and the more consistent you can be, the more efficiently you and your organization will be. Failure often provides us with some of life's biggest learning opportunities. Leaders embrace this as well as the uncertainty and risk that are inherent parts of owning and running a business. The business world is changing quickly and will continue to do so. Great leaders have the ability to recognize those changes and guide their organization and team accordingly. So, ability to pivot. It is fascinating how many business owners and managers refuse to change the simplest aspect of their business because they have the "if it aren't broke, don't fix it" mentality. While that might work for a time, as years pass, the business and their leaders who refuse to learn, adapt and grow will be left behind. To be an effective leader, you need to be open to learning about new things and exploring new experiences. Being resourceful involves understand all the resources at your disposal, adapting by applying other experiences, sometimes bending the rules and never being afraid to ask for what you need. So, a leader should be resourceful. faces obstacle with grace. This is very important aspect, and effective leader approach roadblocks with a high level of positivity and creative problem solving that allows them to overcome situation that others might give up on. Street smart, what is this? It is hard to find a substitute for old-fashioned street smart. Knowing how to trust your gut, quickly analyzing situations as well as the people you are dealing with, and knowing how to spot a bad deal or scammer is an important aspect of leadership. Make good decision. That is also the quality of leadership. Proactive. The opposite of proactive is reactive, which means you react to the world around you instead of taking steps to positive effect the outcome. After any failure, big or small, you usually have two options: give up or find a better way. Leaders know when it is time to double down and when it is time to fold. They manage uncertainty by making thoughtful decisions on next step. Well, these are some of the important qualities for a leader, and I'm sure that if you consider all these qualities seriously, one day you will be a good leader in your organization. Have a good luck. Thank you very much.